So last night at approximately 11:45 p.m., Tempe police officers responded to the area of 52nd Street and Broadway Road regarding a shooting call for service. Investigation revealed a victim vehicle was driving eastbound near 48th Street and Broadway Road when a suspect vehicle pulled up alongside it. That victim vehicle included 1 adult and 6 juveniles. That suspect vehicle then began shooting at that victim vehicle, striking multiple juveniles. After those juveniles were struck, that suspect vehicle immediately fled the scene prior to PD arrival. Due to that shooting, a total of 3 juveniles were shot and they were ultimately transported to a local hospital. Once at the hospital, a 5-year-old juvenile was pronounced deceased. The 2 are still in critical condition, but considered to be non-life-threatening. The death of that 5-year-old is a tragedy, and our deepest condolences go out to that family. If anybody saw anything from last night, has any information regarding the incident, that shooting from last night where a 5-year-old child was shot and killed, please give Tempe Police non-emergency number a call at 480-350-8311. Again, that phone number is 480-350-8311. Right now, we still do have the intersection closed as this is an ongoing investigation. The intersection of Broadway and 52nd Street will be closed, as well as 52nd Street from Broadway all the way up to 16th Street. The I-10 off-ramp at Broadway is also closed at this time as the investigation continues.
Do you have ages for those 2 others in the hospital?
So those ages range, I believe, from 6 years old to 17.
And so was there one suspect or multiple suspects?
We are not sure how many suspects at this time.
And so you guys are still looking for these suspects?
Correct. This is an ongoing investigation. Any help we can get from the public, that'll be greatly appreciated, but definitely we are still looking for these suspects.
Do you know what led up to what happened?
At this time, we do not. We don't really have any information as to what caused it. It is believed to be an isolated incident, so there is no threat to the public at this time regarding the suspects outstanding.
And so there's only one vehicle at the scene right now?
Correct.
That victim vehicle?
The victim vehicle.
And the adult male was not injured at all?
Correct.
I mean, anything else you want to say about what happened or who you guys are looking for?
Again, we're not sure of the suspect information or their description at this time. Again, the death of a 5-year-old is a tragedy, so please, if anybody has any information regarding this incident, please contact that non-emergency number.
Do you know if they were staying at these hotels here?
I don't believe so, no. No.
And was that a father to all of those 6 children?
I'm not sure of the relationship, but I do not believe that the adult was the father of the other juveniles in that vehicle.
And you can't say this is a road rage yet then?
No.
Look at the like-dislike ratio. Well, there is no dislike, but look at the like ratio compared to the views, and look at the views, how low they are. But look at the comments. The people see, they know what happened. This was done 5 days ago. Check them out. I'll have the link there. Yeah, and now they're asking for help from the public. Like, you had help right there before you guys were even there. Hell, you had a motorcycle trooper on the scene that would do nothing. Anyway, these comments might be kind of blurry on here, but go by that video and check them out. It's definitely worth looking into. The people know, I know that person. Hee. You might see some names in there you know. And you might see some you don't. Alright, bye guys. Thanks for watching this. At the end of this, I have the news clip that has the guys that were there that night. Part of the people that was there, footage in it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.
From both sides of this and joins us now live in the studio.
Well, these videos were taken by 2 men. They film police officer interactions just to hold them accountable. So they just happened to be there filming a trooper during a traffic stop near 52nd Street and Broadway Friday night. But within moments, just feet away, a separate scene begins taking place. And it's what happens there that is now being brought into question. We do first want to warn you that this video is hard to watch.
We don't necessarily like the term auditor. It gives us a bad look, so we're cop watchers.
The interaction between cop watchers and the trooper begins while that trooper is conducting a traffic stop. But just before midnight Friday, it becomes a chaotic scene as a black sedan is seen in the middle of the roadway.
Hey, we got an accident or a road rage over here, officer. We got something going down over there.
The car horn can barely be heard in the video, but Scott Jacobs says it's what caught his and other witnesses' attention.
We witnessed at least 4 or 5 individuals step out of this vehicle and immediately start to scream and holler for assistance.
Once they make their way there, they find a little boy and his sister inside.
There's a gunshot in the window. We need the car.
But the little boy was struck by a bullet, and people began calling for a trooper to help.
The people. Hey! Call the ambulance! Call the ambulance! Officer, we have a kid down. Officer, we have a kid down in the back seat.
Darian Barrett included.
They have the medical experience. They're trained for that. I'm not. I am not a medical professional. I have no experience in it at all. One false move moving anyone with a gunshot wound to the back of the head is detrimental.
Darren Birch is a former Phoenix police sergeant with 30 years experience.
I was concerned when I first heard it because you're listening to the narration and you don't get a feel for where anybody is.
He watched the video with us and walked us through how law enforcement is trained to react.
When he's actually giving him true information about a shooting, that's when the officer immediately responds. As this guy is talking, you can see the officer, he's radioing the information in. He had every reason to do his due diligence and be concerned and radio things in before he runs blindly into a situation.
He believes the trooper responded in a timely manner.
Based on the time he's actually approached and told that there is a shooting and a child left abandoned, he spends maybe a minute and change getting to the scene.
And the problem with another cop investigating another cop is that they always investigate themselves and they find that they did nothing wrong.
Birch says when someone in law enforcement is notified about someone hurt, legally, they have a duty to respond. DPS tells us they are investigating this incident, but there's no word on the employment status of that trooper involved or any arrests in this case. Reporting in the studio tonight, Alexis Dominguez for Arizona's Family.
Alexis, thank you. We are